The NBA Finals are here, baby. The Indiana Pacers are on the road to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is game one, and my best picks are on the way. In this video, I have my favorite player prop. We'll have a series pick that comes in at plus 4,000 odds. I encourage you to tap into that. Then we'll obviously have my pick on the side and total in this game, who I think wins the season spread, and all these things in between. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. The last time you saw me from my NBA people was in game 6 of the Knicks and Pacers series. And while my Knicks went home, we did cash our only prop in the game, which was Tyrese Halliburton's over in points, now on a 8-1 run in the NBA postseason. Unfortunately, my Knicks lost, and so did the ladder challenge, which is a tough one, but we'll talk about the ladder later in life. We did also cash our underdog slip, so you got the 6.55x your money. And if this doesn't show you how sharp these NBA lines are, I don't know what does. Halliburton ends a point higher, OG and McCall a point 3 lower, and Aaron Nesmith a 1.5 points lower. That's pretty sharp. That's where we are in this NBA postseason. But I'm excited. We have a few days. We had a few days off for the NBA, but we are back and ready to go. Hopefully, ready to end this season in style. Before we dive into my favorite prop, as always, we end these videos talking about our Underdog Fantasy slip. Reminder: Underdog Fantasy. You sign up using my code COS. Please do it. They'll give you a $1,000 deposit match, and they'll give you this free pick for SGA to get you a 1 point. Take advantage of that down below. Reminder: here are all the states where Underdog is available. And if it's in your state, what are you waiting for? It's free money. Sign up using that code COS or the link down below. Like I said, we'll begin with my prop, but I encourage you to stick around for my plus 4,000 series prop. So I think we got some value on it. Let's dive into my favorite player prop in this game before we get into a bunch of other things. Sit back, relax. Let's have ourselves an NBA Finals. Favorite player prop is Andrew Nembhard over 10.5 points. Now, me and Nembhard have a love-hate relationship. Really, not really. I've only bet on him once, and it was in game 5 of the Knicks series, and he did not come through for us. But heck, I'm pretty sure every single Pacer went under in that game. But I think this is a perfect spot and a perfect series for Andrew Nembhard. And I'll talk kind of about how I think the series goes later on in this video. But I think they need Nembhard. I think he is a big X factor, if not the biggest one. We know Halliburton's going to do his thing, but again, we think about Halliburton. And in series that he has struggled a little bit scoring the basketball, series you point to the series against the Cavaliers. What happened? They started picking him up full court. What are the Thunder going to do? Pick him up full court. He's going to have to deal with the guys being super annoying. Guys like Lou Dort, Alex Caruso. Those guys are going to be pests on Nembhard or on Halliburton the whole game. So it wouldn't shock me if Nembhard brings the ball up a little bit more. Wouldn't shock me if he gets open opportunities as well. And we've seen him have good success against this team before. If you look at his numbers this season, pretty good numbers. 23 points on 17 shots, 16 points on 13 shots. 2 games that they lost. Now, I do want to highlight in this game, Aaron Nesmith did not play. This game, Benedict Mathurin did not play. So we know those guys are going to be active. But again, the usage rate was there, like over 22 and a 28% usage in those games. And they're going to need him out there. Let's be honest. They need his defense and they need his playmaking. Not only will Halliburton be covered and smothered the whole entire game, they need other guys that can create shots for others. And while sure, Benedict Mathurin can get his own shot, he ain't setting up anyone else. So again, I wouldn't be shocked if Nembhard sets up his teammates a little bit more, but also just as a higher usage percentage here. Also, what I'd like to see is his defense. We know he's a great defender. They need him out there, especially with Aaron Nesmith. Who knows how healthy he will be with his ankle injury. But you think about the familiarity here. Who do you think has guarded SGA the most? Probably Andrew Nembhard. And while we don't necessarily want him on him one-on-one the whole game because that could get him into foul trouble, it does yield to him playing more minutes. Why has he guarded him so much? Well, they're on the Canadian national team together. So again, they've probably played against each other in practices nonstop before. So I think Nembhard, arguably, I mean, he did a really good job on Brunson in that game 6 victory. He's going to be needed out there, and I think his usage is going to be pretty high. So I do really like Andrew Nembhard. We've talked about him on the road. That's typically where he shows up better, whereas other teammates can't count on him as much. But what I really like about him is he's a 3-level scorer. He can take guys off the dribble. He can get into the paint. He can shoot free throws. He can get into the mid-range. He can knock down open spot-up threes. We know the Thunder give up spot-up threes. I think Nembhard could be a guy that they leave open. It wouldn't shock me at all. So, again, this game should be pretty fast-paced. If Tyrese Halliburton gets the ball and he's just like, I don't want to deal with Lou Dort pestering me the whole court, he will probably kick it up to Nembhard, and we can see Nembhard maybe get a full head of steam, get to the free throw line, do that thing. 11 points. I think they absolutely need that. I think this is a series where he has multiple games where he scores 15. He might even have a 20-point game in the series. They need Nembhard to step up. I love him as my favorite player prop in this game. Now, I do have a series prop. I don't really bet a lot of these, and we only will be sprinkling on this one, but I think this one has significant value at plus 4,000. Now, is this going to be the lock of the century? Probably not, But I think there's value here, and maybe if we're lucky as the series goes on, maybe we have a chance to hedge. But we'll see. We'll figure that out later in life. Let's talk about Pascal Siakam to lead the NBA Finals in threes at plus 4,000, just a 0.1 unit play. So we're not necessarily just taking our whole bank account and throwing it on it. So it's a 0.1 unit play. If you normally play $100 on the plays, you put $10 here. If you normally put whatever $10 on the plays, you put $1. I mean, you'll get a good return on the money if this somehow does come home. Obviously, Pascal Siakam is not the leader in terms of odds for this one, in terms of the lowest odds. He's far from that. And I'll kind of highlight why I think we have value on Siakam for threes. Now, he's not necessarily known for being a three-point shooter. So if you're looking at the guys, and we'll point out the whole list in just one second, but at plus 4,000, I think he has just as good of odds as some of his teammates who are much half of his price, 25%. I mean, there are some of his teammates that are so much more not great value, whereas plus 4,000, I think we got a chance. But let's first, I want to highlight, and I looked at his over and threes in this first game. I want to highlight the head-to-head matchup here, and then I'll talk about the other guys that he'll be obviously competing against. Head-to-head wise, this series, this season, Siakam has fared well. This is three-pointers. He made 5 in one of the games on 7 3-point attempts and 5 in the other game. I mean, granted, look, 31 minutes and 27 minutes. So not even full minutes, but 5 and 7 3-point attempts, which is pretty dang good. Now, is he going to consistently shoot 5 of 7? Probably not. But again, if we were to just look more at this matchup, we think about the Thunder. What are they so good at doing? Stopping, number one, pick and roll guys like Tyrese Halliburton from scoring. And number two, really scoring in the paint is very difficult. But what they do concede is a lot of spot up shooting. I mean, we've talked about in the Nuggets series, Aaron Gordon was knocking down 2 threes consistently. That's kind of Siakam's role here. He's not known for being a three-point shooter, but heck, Aaron Gordon isn't. And Aaron Gordon made a good amount of threes in that series. Heck, Christian Brown made a good amount of threes, which might bode well for maybe our pick for SG or Nemhard's over in points. Maybe he knocks down a couple of threes here, but they're going to leave guys open. And we think about who his matchup is. It's probably Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren originally is going to want to, on any drives, converge toward the paint. And we'll see Pascal get some open opportunities. Hence why he shot 7 and 5 threes so far in the 2 games against them. Now, if you were to highlight the games that the other guys in front of him, I get it. This is plus 4,000. So we're kind of looking at kind of trying to pick a needle in a haystack. But again, plus 4,000. We know Halliburton's going to lead this one in odds. He's the number one three-point shooter. And Nesmith is a great three-point shooter as well. But there's injury risk here. There's chance that he just doesn't shoot well, or maybe they stick to him like Lou. Lou Dort, we get it. I know he's going to get those. So I'm understanding why these 3 guys are all at the leaders in the odds. But SGA, he doesn't shoot a ton of threes. Miles Turner, I get it. He can shoot some, but like Miles Turner, I just don't know if he's going to, I mean, plus 1,100 to plus 4,000. I'd much prefer Siakam. Jalen Williams, I'm not too high there. Nemhard, Chet, and Caruso. I mean, Caruso's coming off the bench. He's not, I just don't see him making a ton. So again, a guy in Pascal Siakam who's going to play a lot of minutes. I really think there's upside here. Now, like I said, at plus 4,000, I'll take a chance. I personally think if I were to price this, I personally think he should be pretty close, somewhere in here. I think he should be closer to plus 2,000 to plus 3. I think he should be better odds than Chet, or worse odds than Chet Holmgren if I were to get honestly put one out there. The Pacers defense basically is predicated on, hey, we're going to leave SGA, we're going to let J-Dub, we're going to let these 2 guys beat us. They don't really double. We saw them do that a lot in the Knicks series. They were just like, Jalen Brunson, get as much usage as you want. We'll live with those 2-pointers because we're confident we could score on the other side. So again, but the Thunder defense, so from that standpoint, if the Pacers are going to just be like, hey, SGA, J-Dub, you beat us by yourselves, we'll stay tight on your role players. I don't see either of those guys shooting a ton of volume from 3. And then from the Thunder side, they're going to be on guys and they're going to leave open shooters. And I think Pascal is probably one they leave open. So plus 4,000, 0.1 units. I probably talked about this longer than a 0.1 unit play deserves, but honestly, I think we had a good chance there. Plus 4,000, better than that. Now, is it like, do I think we got a plus 100 chance to cash on that? Probably not. But I do think that has value. And maybe if Siakam could have a good game 1, where maybe he makes 3, like maybe 4 threes, he could be the leader in the clubhouse. Then we could figure out some ways to hedge. But we'll worry about that later on. Maybe hedge that as the series goes on. We'll figure that out. Now, I want to talk about this prediction in terms of this game, and then I'll get into where I think this series goes, kind of thing, because I know a lot of people are going to be curious on that. In terms of this game 1 to be specific, I would lean the Pacers plus 9.5. My leans have been 18 and 19. I did update them based on the my series predictions. We lost T-Wolves plus 2.5 games, but we also did cash the 6 games for the Thunder or the Knicks series. But not kind of touching on the Pacers plus 9.5 more. I like the over 5.5 games in the series at plus 125. I just don't think anyone's giving the Thunder or the Pacers a chance. And I get it. The Thunder are historically one of the best teams of all time. Net rating, defensive rating, you name it, they're up there. But we've also seen them struggle before. And I think the Pacers are the perfect recipe of a team that could give the Thunder some trouble. Now, I'm not saying they beat them outright, but I do think they can steal 2 games. Heck, they could steal 1 on the road and 1 at home. And that's already going to 6 games because I do think the Thunder win this series. And if I had to guess, it's probably in 5 or 6. But I do think the Pacers have a chance. If we think about OKC, what is their identity? It is the defensive side of the ball. And what do? They take away your best options. So when you have a team like the Timberwolves, who have Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, you take away those 2 guys with elite defenders, and what happens? Everything unravels because Rudy Gobert can't score, McDaniels can't consistently score, Mike Conley can't do anything, Dante DiVincenzo can't. All those guys can't do it, and they turn over the ball at a high rate. They were near the bottom 10 in turnovers per game. However, the Pacers, number one, a very good team at limiting turnovers. I think they had the 3rd or 4th fewest turnovers. We knew Halliburton, even though he'll probably be guarded all 94 feet, was one of the best, most efficient, assist to turnover ratio guys. I mean, he was having games with 15 assists, 0 turnovers this postseason. Now, it's going to be a little bit harder against one of the best defenses of all time. But again, they're really good at limiting the turnovers. And we think of when the OKC Thunder team goes on those runs where it's like 15-0 and you're like, the game was just 5 points. Now it's 20. What the heck happened? It's turnovers. And if the Pacers, a team that has been really good at limiting those, can do that, I think they have a chance in this series. I'm not saying they win it outright. I'd still pick the Thunder, but I think they can win 2 games. But they also are really good at is they have so many guys that can contribute. Well, reason why I wanted the Knicks obviously to make the finals, that would have been cool. I didn't think we had stood a chance against OKC because they would just load up on Brunson, take him away, and our offense would just be a disaster. They can try to take away Halliburton, but you think about the Pacers. They have so many different guys that can contribute. Halliburton, we know him. But Pascal Siakam, we saw him have multiple 30-point games against the Knicks. Andrew Nembhard is capable of a 20-plus point game. Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner randomly will show up. You got Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, probably not as much as the other guys. But again, all these guys contribute. TJ McConnell, they have such a deep team, just like the Thunder, have so many deep bodies that they can throw in there over and over and over again. These teams are very similar to each other as much as people probably don't want to admit. The Pacers aren't necessarily a team that are known for their defense, but they have shown the ability to step up when time's needed. They have some good perimeter defenders they can throw out there, give different looks to SGA. And I trust Rick Carlisle to make some adjustments. So if I had to bet anything here, we talk about this a lot, I like the over. I think the Pacers can win 2 games. I don't see anyone betting on the Pacers at all in this series. Everyone just assumes, okay, see, it's a wraps. They're going to easily win this. And certainly they could. I still think they win. But I would lean the over at 5.5. At plus 125, good money there. That's where I would lean. So that's where I would put my money. I'm talking about this way too long for a pick that I don't even have any official money on, but that is where I would lean. I would like the over, and I like the Pacers plus 9.5 in game 1. Everyone's counted them out against the Cavs. Thought they couldn't beat really the Knicks, and they've gone in and stolen game 1, a team that you can't count out. They can make those comebacks, and they also have really good 3-point shooting. So again, the Knicks, not a team that I normally say has a great 3-point shooting team. They have so many bodies that can contribute. I would lean the Pacers in this series if I had to bet it. I like the over at 5.5 games. I like that better than taking the Pacers plus 2.5, although that is the same thing, sort of, unless you think the Pacers, the Pacers plus 2.5 is probably not cashing unless they win 4-1. And I just don't see them beating the Thunder 4-1. So I'd much rather the plus 125 if you wanted to go that way and join the lean squad ride. In terms of some other props in this game, we'll get to my Underdog Fantasy entry. Reminder, this is a longer video than normal. Underdog Fantasy, sign up using my code COS. $1,000 deposit match, and they'll give you this SGA free pick. Again, here are all the states that Underdog is available in. If it's in your state, you better sign up now. We'll be doing a bunch of these entries, the NBA Finals, as well as we'll be doing some in the MLB. Here's some other legs I looked at. We already talked about Pascal Siakam, why I like him to make threes. I don't like the series for Chet Holmgren for all the different reasons. The Pacers are a really good team at limiting the other guys. They basically are going to beg someone like SGA to beat them by themselves. That's why his line's 33.5, which I like him to score 30 in this game. I'm fading Halliburton for points, and I'm backing Nembhard for points. I don't really need to go into depth on all these. $20 on this turns into over 100. You can tail it if you seek. Underdog. Now we end with my wife's pick. We'll see what she cooked up. She cooked up this. Miles Turner's under in points, and I don't honestly hate that one. Miles Turner been bad on the road. tough matchup here. He's going to have to knock down open threes, and I don't see him being able to do that consistently. They'll need him out there. I don't mind maybe some rebounds, but she like is under 13.5 points. So, hey, there you go. The wife seeing if she can go to 6-6. But officially, the only picks tracked towards my record for a 15-minute video, which is way too long than it should be. Nemhard's over in points for game one. And we're on a little bit of a sprinkle on Pascal Siakam, threes leader in the finals, 0.1 unit. So nothing too crazy. We'll track it at the end of the series. Ideally, man, Siakam could come out here and maybe get us like 5 threes. That would be lit. I don't know if we're going to get that, but we'll figure that out as the series goes on. I'm just hoping for a competitive series. So, heck, Pacers could get a couple games in there. We could get maybe 6, maybe 7. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly. The Pacers, I think, are a perfect type of team to really to try to fight this Thunder defense. But we'll see. I could be completely wrong. It's just the lean. Either way, let me know your favorite picks down below in the comment section. Drop a like if you're excited for the NBA Finals. Thank you if you're 15 minutes and 40-something seconds in. I appreciate you. Have a great day and good luck on your picks. I'll see you guys back for game 2 of the NBA Finals. I'll see you guys then. Also, I forgot to mention, we'll run back a ladder challenge. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do for the series. Since we have the NBA, MLB is going on, we'll do an MLB ladder in a little bit. I want to focus on the NBA right now. I might be targeting like some good plus money plays, maybe plus 150, plus 200. See what we can do with that. But we'll figure that out as the series goes on. I'll figure that in game 1, probably on Thursday when this game is going on. Either way, I'm enough yapping for me. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Peace.